All right, bringing you back in here. We apologize that a little bit of technical difficulty. We're ready to go. Pitching change. Shortstop side. That gets through. And Andrade rounding third. And Andrade will score. So Luke Manderson takes a cut there, finds himself on board with a single and an RBI. So Manderson gets on board, brings over the second run, and Ty Daniels will step in. Runners at the corners for the Prospects here in the top of the first frame. Once again, we had to switch links up here. We had a little bit of trouble with the technical side of things, but we should be in good shape from this point in, as Ty Daniels will step in here with one out. Daniels, hopper, that's good ball down the third base side. And like that, a good play. So Ty Daniels gets into the show and finds himself in with a solid double on a high chopper down the third base line. A good effort extending, but not able to make the play. And the Prospects will bring three over here in the top of the first frame, and another visit out to the bump for Coach Pano. CBA makes a pitching change, and that's going to be short work there, and another pitching change coming up. Staying with us, the Prospects. They strike early in the top of the first. It's 3-0. With your pitcher of record coming on board, we'll be right back. So, Coach Pano, another adjustment on the mound here. Lefty comes in, number 47, Taden Krogsgaard. High school Temecula Valley headed to Fullerton. Well, a couple of warm-up tossers were ready to go for Krogsgaard. He takes the hills, a lefty, and Martinez, and we'll get a double check on that. He's wearing a different number. I think Tyler's telling me it's not. It's Marucci. So on their roster, they have Krogsgaard's down as number 47. So we'll get that corrected there. So maybe today, Marucci's wearing Krogsgaard's uniform. Nonetheless, it doesn't matter. He's on the hill. He'll take over. All right, we're going to get it correct. It's the third one is the charm, as they say. Robbie Blaine is taking over on the hill. And we will be ready to go for Matthew Ramirez as Ramirez steps in. Runners at second and third. Prospects early on here in the top of the first, 3-0. Blaine ready to go. Pitch on the way. And a ball shortstop side. Should get a routine play there, but an RBI. So Matthew Ramirez. CBA will pick up their first out, correction, 2 outs, and Zane Hukola will step in. Prospects will pick up their fourth here. Runner in scoring position over on the third base side as Zane steps in. And a ball's fouled off to the left side. So Zane takes a cut, slices it foul. The count is 0-1. So Blaine working ahead here on Zane. The count is 0-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Ty Daniels over on the third base side. The 0-2 pitch. Left side, shortstop should have a routine play there. Good gather across the deck is in time. So good play there, 6-3 put out, but the Prospects, they strike here in the top of the first frame, 4-0 over CBA. The 2025 perfect game, the UBC tournament here at the Great Park in Irvine, California. Chris Allard with the call. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're back to live action, ready to go here in the bottom of the first frame. CBA will get on the offensive side. And for the ZT prospect, Garrett Vega, a left-handed pitcher, Gerant Vega. Lefty from Puerto Rico. As he gets some warm-up tosses. Behind the plate, Josiah Andrade. He'll manage things for the club behind the dish. Over on the first base side, Will Myhand. Second base, Ty Daniels in the third base position. In the 5 spot, Hudson Reed. And the 6 spot, Justin Lopez will play shortstop for the club. Over in left field, Luke Manderson. Center field, running things out in center will be Matt Ramirez, and rounding things out on the right side, Zane Hukala. That's the defensive side for CBA. And Troy Southenstein will step in. We're in the bottom of the first as Southenstein will step in and facing Vega here in the bottom of the frame. See Marucci, CBA, going 1, 2, 3 here as Southenstein the leadoff man. Tyler puts it in. We're ready to go. Ball's up. The count is 1-0. Troy attends Basic Academy in Vegas, and Vega comes in low. The count's 2-0. Headed to USC, a 2026 kid. As Andrade sets up behind the plate for Vega, the count is 2-0. And low there at the plate, a 3-0 count. And Vega runs it upstairs, a 4-pitch walk here to the leadoff batter, Southenstein. Chet Berry will step in with Southenstein over on the first base side. Throw back over. Will Myhand at first, holding Southenstein on. Vega direct line of sight right over to first base, being a lefty. As Berry steps in. Pitch on the way. Good pitch. Locates the outer third of the plate. And Vega will open up with a strike. The count is 0-1. Throw back over. So Andrade will set up here, and Vega at 0-1 count here on the 2-hitter Berry. Another throw back over, so Vega working over on the first base side, a couple of tosses over. Southenseen with good speed. Modest lead there. Small secondary comes back, the ball's pulled foul. So Garrett, Vega here with an 0-2 count ahead, and strikeout there, swing and a miss, low part of the plate. And Vega will put a K on the books here with one down. Stepping in the three-hitter, Lyndon Lee. Lee plays second base for CBA. Uncommitted player, attends basic academy as well in Vegas. Another throw over. Will my hand holding him on. Shallow lead. And another throw back. And Vega continuing to work over to my hand over on the first base side. Andrade taking a look here as he sets up. And a ball up and out. The count is 1-0. And in and out on the shortstop side, and it's shutting it down quickly. As Southenseen as he rounded, but a hard hit ball. And what looked like potential for a double play. And in and out of the hands of Justin Lopez as he shakes it off. A one-hopper quickly into the glove and on his hand, so... So runners at first and second. Lee gets on with a single. Zudnik will step in. One out, bottom of the first. Vega takes a look. Lopez ranges up, pitch on the way. Ball's inside. The count is 1-0. Zudnik, Orange Lutheran student. Fly ball, cut foul and out of play. And the count goes to 1-1 for Vega. Lopez still kind of looking at his hand there. I'm sure he's okay. As the prospects looking for an out here with runners at first and second. Southenseen it. Runner on the move. No throw, so everybody moves up 90 feet on a ball elevated at the plate. And the count goes to 2-1. Tyler, our head umpire, with a 2-1 count. High fly ball. Right fielder backing up, making an adjustment. It's going to be a long throw in, and they're going to go to three. And in and out of the glove on the third base side. Southenseen tagging up, and he'll come over. And a fly out to right. So Zane takes care of business and 2 outs on the books. And a runner at third for CBA. And the ball cut foul to the right side and out of play. Jake hitting the 5 spot. And Andrade at the dish. Elevated pitch. He comes out of the pop quickly and grabs it, but he's able to pull it down. Pretty shallow here at home plate. Probably no more than about 20 feet, 25 feet back. As Martinez visit out to the mound. Early on, here in the bottom of the first frame, CBA bringing one over on a long fly out to Ucala over on right, and Southenstein's able to score from third. So Martinez, quick word with his pitcher Vega. And we'll be ready to go here as Tyler, our head umpire, will put it back in play. And another cut there, so Vega works ahead at a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch forthcoming here for Vega. Runner at third for CBA. And a ball is low there. Andrade keeps it out in front. The count goes to 2-2. 2 outs. Join the 2025 UBC tournament, the Ultimate Baseball Championship. Vega ready to deal here, the 2-2 pitch. Ball low, the count goes full to 3-2. Coach Pano down on the third base side, talking to his runner. Vega ready to go. The 3-2 pitch. And a ball upstairs. Vega thought he might have had it. It appealed to the infield. Vega turned around, looked at him, and on board with a walk. Runners at the corners. Chase Hilt will step in, a lefty-lefty matchup here. Curveball there, and the count is 1-0. So the prospects looking for an out here. And CBA looking for a knock here with a runner at third. As Hilt will step back in. Hilt plays first base for CBA. Throw back over, tag on. And what a move for Gerant Vega. And a good defensive play there. So alert and leaning the wrong way and getting caught over on the first base side. They'll turn the side. They pick up one. We'll head to the second frame. The ZT Prospects 17U national team leading this one 4-1 over CBA Marucci. We'll be right back. I'll bring you back into live action here. As the prospects here in the first frame were able to bring over 4. We're in the top of the second, 4-1. CBA got 1 over in their bottom half of the frame. And we're ready to go here in the second. Vega will step in here at the plate. Pitcher of record for the prospects. Pitch on the way. And a strike on the inside third. A good pitch there, locating. And we'll open up with a strike. The count is 0-1. And a cut at the plate. That gets through for Blaine. The count is 0-2. And strike 3 there. And a 1-2-3. Quick work for Blaine. And Justin Lopez will step in. Back to the top of the order here for the prospects as they go 9-1-2. Curveball in for the strike. And ball's popped up in the sun and coming in off of first. And almost a one-hand grab there. And 2 down. Coming all the way, Hilt from first base side as the catcher rolled out and wasn't able to track it. And Will Myhan will step in.
Go, Will.
Lefty here. And Myhan has to duck down on that one. And the count is 1-0. Will Myhan headed to North Carolina as he takes a cut there and over to the prospects dugout side, and the count is 1-1. Blaine ready to deal. The pitch upstairs. The count goes to 2-1. And hit by pitch there. Blaine ends up tagging Myhan, and he'll head down 90 feet to first. And a hit by pitch. So on board. Josiah Andrade will step in here with 2 outs, and Myhan over on the first base side. Ball's low, the count's 1-0. Josiah, shortstop, one hopper, that's into center. Left center it will go. Myhan will check up at second. And obviously a couple of hard hits over on the shortstop side on both sides. And Andrade gets on board with a single. Runners at first and second for Hudson Reed. Derek Martinez will come in, courtesy runner. So Hudson Reed with runners at first and second. As Reed steps in, locked and loaded. Blaine ready to deal here. Martinez at first, Myhan at second. Blaine checks. Ball is up. The count is 1-0. And a ball cut foul, straight back out of play. So Hudson takes a cut there, and the count will even up at 1-1 here in the top of the second. And a ball up. Martinez over on the first base side. Diving back in, and the count is 2-1. Reed steps back in, locked and loaded. As I mentioned, Martinez at first, Myhan at second. Blaine takes a look, pitch on the way. And lays off there, ball up, and the count will go to 3-1. So Hudson Reed laying off there. And here still in a hitter's count and an opportunity with a runner at second. 2 down.
Go, Huddy.
Defense ranged up. The 3-1 pitch. And the ball cut foul and out of play. And the count goes full at 3-2 with 2 outs. These young men swinging wood bats throughout the entire tournament. Good test for these players. The 3-2 pitch, ball 4. So Blaine loses. Hudson Reed disciplined at the plate, and he'll head down 90 feet to first. And on board with a walk and a visit out to the bump to talk to Blaine, and a quick conversation as the infield comes in. Luke Manderson will step in for the prospects. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And here we go. Luke Manderson stepping in with the bases juiced and 2 outs. Pitch on the way. Ball is low on the inner third of the plate, and the count goes to 1-0. Scott, our head umpire, working with his partner Keith on the infield. And Myhan over on the third base side. From the stretch, Blaine will deal. And swing and a miss, low part of the plate, and Manderson goes after it. And Blaine will even things up here in a 1-1 count. 2 outs, top of the second, 4-1 prospects. And curveball hit by pitch, and that'll walk in Manderson. Correction, that'll walk in from the third base side. Myhan will come in. So that gets away from Blaine. And a hit by pitch for Manderson, 90 feet down to first. He'll park himself. And the prospects will bring over the 5th here, as Ty Daniels will step in. Daniels had a good knock his last at bat. And looking to continue here with the bases juiced. So all stations occupied here with 2 outs. Blaine working from the stretch. And a strike to open up there as Daniels takes a look. The count is 0-1. And cut at the plate there, fouled back. And Blaine will work ahead in the count at 0-2. Ty locked in. Blaine to deal, pitch on the way. And the ball to the right side, a lot of movement, the left field, that ball drops in. Fair territory, here comes one, and on his way to second, it's safe there and broken play there. And here comes 2. So like that, a defensive error on the throw across, and Ty Daniels ends up at second. And a 2-run RBI. Correction, 3. That's why Zach is sitting over there at the scoreboard. Zach is on it. Soon with the double, and 3 over. And the score is 8-1 for Matthew Ramirez. Well, bringing you back into live action, we're ready to go here as Ty Daniels parked at second, a double, and picked up 3 runs with the bases loaded, and Pano coming out to the bump, and that might be short work for Blaine, and it is. Stay with us. Pitching change coming up. We'll be right back. So Coach Pano makes a pitching change here. Right-hander will come in, take over for Blaine. And Ryan Deck will step on the mound to get some warm-up tosses, and we'll be ready to go here in the top of the second frame. Ty Daniels clears the bases with a double. A couple of errant plays on throw-ins to the defensive side, was able to bring an extra over. So what looked like possibly could have been held to perhaps 2 runs, ends up clearing. And Matthew Ramirez will step in. A few more warm-up tosses. You're enjoying the 2025 Perfect Game Ultimate Baseball Championship Tournament here at the Great Park in Irvine, here in Southern California. 14s and 15s completed yesterday. Stryker Pence, a young player at the 15U division. Certainly a lot of eyes on him. Yesterday reaching 98 is what I was told on his velo. And a very, very skilled player. I'm sure many eyes will be on him in the future, as well as currently today. The next big event for a lot of players around the country, folks will head to Alabama, the WWBA. A lot of the younger players headed that way on Friday, and a big tournament opening up there. To learn more about what's going on in your area and your region, go to perfectgamepg.org. We're ready to go. Ramirez will step in. Scott, our head umpire, will put it in play. Ty Daniels at second. And Southam in tight on Daniels on the inside part. He ranges up and rolls off. Throw down to third. One hopper will be there. And a good play there. And Ty Daniels being aggressive on the bags. He was on the move, but a good arm behind the plate as Will fires down and Daniels gets tagged out at third. They'll turn the side over. They clear the bags. Ty Daniels and the Prospects move ahead 8-1. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're ready to go here as we bring it back in the bottom of the second. And stepping in, Chase Hilt. They go 6, 7, 8 hitters here. Hilt, the first baseman. From Temecula Valley, committed to TCU. And Vega misses out. The count's 1-0. And hit by pitch there, so Hilt will get on board. And the 7-hitter Noah Johnson will step in. And a strike there, so Vega gets the strike, and the count is 0-1. And a ball missing low, and the count goes to 1-1. And Vega comes inside, just missing inside, and the count goes to 2-1. And a ball low, the count goes to 3-1. And Vega, high fly ball, defense rolling off. Lopez backing up. He'll call it and wave it off, and Lopez pulls it in from the shortstop side. So Lopez had to open up quickly and roll to his left as he makes the call and will pull it in. So Johnson will have a seat. And stepping in, the 8-hitter, Will Bandel. Will Bandel, catcher for the club. Hilt over on the first base side. Pitch on the way. Good pitch. Runs it outside. Locates the outer third. And the count is 0-1. Will Myhan holding on Hilt over on first. As Bandel steps back in. Vega takes a long look. Runner on the move. Andrade, a good throw down. And that ball gets into center. Runner will stay put. As Andrade came out quickly. So an 0-2 count for Vega. Runner moves up 90 feet. As Hilt's at second, Lopez plays in a little tight on him here as Hilt step back and Vega steps back off. On the move. Ball's popped up and foul, and Hilt will head back. Now the 0-2 count holds here. Ball's hit center field. And a good grab there, and Hilt will stay put. So they bring it in quickly. And out in center field, Matt Ramirez pulls it in for the Prospects, and they'll put 2 across on the books. The 2 outs. And Ramirez takes care of that one. So the 11-hitter, Kelly, steps in. And the Prospects with 2 outs on the books. Hilt still at second, and Lopez shuffling around there behind him, and a strike called as Vega will open up there. The count is 0-1 as Kelly steps back in at an 0-1 count here. Vega spins off. Hilt will come back. Right side. That ball's going to drop in for a single. Into deep center. Rounding Hilt will come in for third. And Kelly on board with a single and an RBI. So a 2-out single for the 11-hitter. And Troy Southenstein will step in here with a runner at first and 2 outs. And Vega comes in and just missing there. And the count is 1-0. And a ball up for Vega, the 2-0 count to Southenstein. Will Myhan over at first base for the Prospects as Kelly steps off, modest lead. The 2-0 pitch thrown back over, and Vega has had one pick-off player at first. Back in the first frame. We're in the bottom of the second. And pitch outside. That gets away from Andrade. And shuffling over to second is Kelly. And the count is 3-0. And a fastball outside locates. And the count is 3-1. So Southenseen taking all the way. Still in a hitter's count here. And Vega looking for an out in the Prospects. You've got Kelly at second. Defense is ranged up. The 3-1 pitch. Ball 4 low. So Vega loses Southenseen. Runners at first and second. We'll move down 90 feet. And stepping in, the two-hitter Jet Berry. Southenseen with 2 walks so far. Berry struck out his last at bat. And a ball chopped foul. The count's 0-1. And a ball fouled off, so Gerard Vega, as I mentioned, from Puerto Rico, works ahead here at an 0-2 count. Andrade sets up. Vega takes a long look. Pitch on the way. Ball is low. And the count goes to 1-2. Ball's popped up and out of play. So Jet Berry files off again, and the count holds at 1-2. Southenseen at first, Kelly at second. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball and a runner on the move, and they tie him up at first. The tag is on. And Josiah Andrade, he checked third base. He didn't see a play there, and he gunned it down on the first base side. Mahan slaps on the tag, and they'll turn the side. They leave 2. We'll head to the third. Stay with us. A good one. 8-2, Prospects over CBA. We'll be right back. Well, the Prospects doing some good defensive work for their side as they'll get on the offensive side. CBA back on the defensive side to start the third. We're through 2 complete frames. Prospects leading this one 8-2. To learn more about what's going on in the world of Perfect Game, go to perfectgame.org with great events around the country being hosted. And like this one, the invitational event here, the 2025 Ultimate Baseball Championship here in Southern California. Chris Allard with the call. It's been a pleasure doing some games. I had the 14s championship game yesterday afternoon. The ZT Prospects 14U national team going up against Rudy Garcia and GBG, and friend and foe. A lot of players knowing each other, going against one another, and a good game there to finish off. And GBG ended up winning that one. Prospects 14U team will head to Alabama on Friday for the 2025 WWBA. And of course the older teams as well will head off to Georgia. As we're ready to go here. Scott puts it back in. We're ready to go here. Top of 3. And a cut at the plate there for Ramirez. And the count is 0-1. And outside locating. Ramirez lays off. The count is 0-2. And a ball out missing, and the count goes to 1-2 as Ramirez steps back in. Ramirez takes a swing there, cuts it foul. And the count holds it a ball and 2 strikes. And Dent gets the swing and a miss at the plate. Ramirez will have a seat and 1 out. As Zane Hukala will step in. And a strikeout. It's the upper part of the zone and the outer part of the plate. And the count is 0-1. So Dent works ahead here, an 0-1 count. Zane's locked in, ready to go. And a ball missing there. The count goes to 1-1. The Prospects here, 7, 8, 9 here in the top of the 3rd frame. And a ball cut foul straight back. The count goes to 1-2. So Ramirez having a seat, and Zane looking at a 1-2 count with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. And swing and a miss at the plate, and Brian Dent will sit Zane, and Tron Vega, the pitcher of record, will step in. The 7, 8, 9 hitters. Dent sitting the 7 and 8 hitter. Pitch on the way. Ball cut foul. Count is 0-1. On deck here for the Prospects, Justin Lopez back to the top here, trying to extend the inning here. Pitch on the way. Ball is low and out, and the count goes to 1-1. So a little bit of chatter coming from the Prospects side, trying to encourage Vega to get a hit here. And a ball swung on, fouled off to the right side out of play. The count goes to 1-2. And strike 3 at the plate. Curveball lands in, and Vega takes a look. A 1-2-3 inning striking out the side for Den. A good inning for him. We'll head to the bottom of the third. 8-2 Prospects. We'll be right back. Well, bringing it back in, Andrade fires it down to second. We'll be good to go. Coach Pano heads down to third, and Jet Berry, the two-hitter, will start things off here in the bottom of the third. They go 2, 3, 4 here in the third. And Vega stays on the hill for the Prospects. Berry steps in, Vega ready to deal. Pitch on the way, curveball, good pitch there. And just missing in. And the count is 1-0. And locates the outside part of the plate as Berry takes a look. And Vega even things up at 1-1. And strike there, the count is 1-2. And a blow low. Andrade keeps that out, and the count goes to 2-2. So Vega with a 2-2 count here on Jet Berry. Andrade sets up the 2-2 pitch, bouncing there, and the count goes full at 3-2. Bottom of the third, 8-2 Prospects if you're just joining us. Counts full at 3-2. And a ball hit right to the second baseman. No much work there. And right into Ty Daniels' glove. He didn't have to move too far. And Berry will have a seat, the first out on the books for the Prospects. The three-hitter, Lyndon Lee, will step in. Lee singled last at bat. And a ball up there, and the count goes to 1-0. And a good pitch there, and cut foul to the right side out of play. Over on the right field side, Hukala took off, but that ball was out of play. And Vega evens things up here to 1-1 count. Chopper, third base side, good gather. clutch across in time. Good play, 5-3 on the putout. And a good play from the third baseman, Hudson Reed, showing his skill set. Bringing up the second out for the Prospects. Stepping in, Zudnik hits in the 4 spot. And Vega runs it out, and the count is 1-0. And ball at the plate. Curveball missing there, and the count goes to 2-0. Two outs for the Prospects, bottom of the third. And a ball swung on, cut foul. So Eric takes a cut and fouls it out of play. And a 2-1 count. Sudnick steps out, and he'll reset. And Scott puts it in play. Pitch on the way. Ball is low, and the count is 3-1. And in and out on the third base side, a hard hit ball for Zudnik. And Hudson Reed not able to handle that one, and on board with a single. The 5-hitter, Jake, will step in. Jake was walked his last at bat. Throw back over, and a little shuffle over on the first base side for Will Myhan. Again, the Prospects looking for an out here. The ball is up. The count is 1-0. And a 2-0 count. And Andrade visit out to the mound just to talk to Vega here with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. 8-2 game, Prospects leading. They put up 5 in the first frame. And their second go at it on the offensive side, were able to bring up 3. Ty Daniels cleared the bases on a double. And the Prospects moved ahead at 8-2 here over CBA. So Josiah consults with his guy Vega. We're ready to go. Scott puts it in play. The 2-0 pitch. Throw back over. Tag on. And Myhan slapped it on quickly there. And getting back in time. So Vega throw over right in the glove, right on top of things for Myhan. Good positioning on the throw over. Modest lead off of first, pitch on the way, and strike outside. So Vega answers back here. The count goes to 2-1. And chopper. Second base, fielder's choice there, and they'll go that way. They turn it over, so good work for the Prospects. They'll strand 1, CBA. We'll head to the fourth. 8-2 Prospects. We'll be right back. You're enjoying the 2025 Perfect Game UBC Ultimate Baseball Championships here at the Great Park in Irvine, California. Chris Aller with the call. Stay with us. Well, we're ready to go here as Ryan Dent takes a couple more tosses. We'll be ready to go here in the top of the fourth. As the prospects will be back to the top of the order. As Bandal sends it down to second base, and Justy Lopez will step in. Lopez, shortstop for the club, uncommitted. And ready to face Dent here in the fourth. Pitch on the way. Lopez, third base side. A good grab on the third baseman. And a hard hit ball, so well executed over in the third base spot. So Jake takes care of that one. Laid it out to his right. Lopez with a good barrel. And the out recorded one down. William Myhan will step in. So Myhan facing Dent here. Righty-lefty matchup. And a ball up as Myhan lays off. The count is 1-0. And a ball low in the zone, and the outer third missing. The count goes to 2-0. Myhan disciplined at the plate. Myhan takes a swing, cuts it foul to the left side and out of play. And the count goes to 2-1. And a ball out, a 3-1 count to Myhan. Will steps back in, locked and loaded. And a 3-1 count. And a big cut at the plate. Dent gets that through, and the count goes full of 3-2. And ball upstairs, ball four. Dent loses Myhan, 90 feet down to first on a walk. And Josiah Andrade will step in.
Come on, Si.
So Myhan over at first. Dent works from the stretch, looks over. Andrade takes a cut, fouls it off. The count is 0-1. Line drives are your friends here in these deep fields. 325 to the corners, power always at 362. So at this level now, defensive players, plenty of range out on the high flyers to track them down. Andrade locked in, pitch on the way. And a strike there, the count goes to 0-2. Myhan over at first. Chase Hilt. I believe that might be a change over on the first base side. I'll double check it. It could be Noah Johnson. And Andrade takes a cut foul to the right side and out of play. Correction, Hilt stays at first. So baseball's at a premium here this afternoon. And I think Grace, our director, has got a couple baseballs we're able to shag down and put a few back in play. A lot of foul balls. And sometimes they come back, sometimes they don't. As Andrade will step back in. And fastball upstairs. And the count is 1-2 to Andrade. So Josiah not biting there. And a 1-2 count. My hand over at first. Wilt holds him on for CBA. Dent takes a look. And another fastball up. And the count evens up on Andrade 2-2. With one out. We're in the top of the fourth frame. If you're just joining us this afternoon, the 17U division. Day number 2, the 2025 Perfect Game UBC, the Ultimate Baseball Championship Invitational Tournament here at the Great Park in Irvine, California. And Andrade slices it foul. So Josiah staying locked in here. And the 2-2 count holds. Couple of baseballs put into our head umpire, and Scott loads up. He's in good shape now, and Andrade will step back in. And Andrade gets it between the wings, and that gets away from Dent. And Andrade gets down the hard way. He's going to talk to Coach Martinez. They're going to probably run for him a courtesy runner. And Josiah's got to get down to first base, and then they'll make the courtesy runner adjustment as he gets it right between the two wings and gets on board with a hit by pitch. So Derek Martinez will come in as a courtesy runner for the catcher. Josiah Andrade, hit by pitch, and runners at first and second for the prospects here in the top of the fourth frame. And Hudson Reed will step in. And one out.
Go, Huddy.
As Reed steps in, Dent will work from the stretch. Runners at first and second, a long look at second. And a ball just missing in the zone. The count is 1-0, curveball. Will Bandal, the catcher. Quick baseball switch for the pitcher, Ryan Dent. Dent is the third pitcher here for CBA. Reed locked and loaded, ready to go. And a ball outside. The count goes to 2-0. So Hudson laying off, not chasing out. And he'll step back in. My hand at second, Martinez at first. Hard hit ball, left side, well hit. And rounding coming in. They're going to cut it at third, and there'll be no play at home. So Hudson Reed with a good stroke down the third base side. And a line shot gets Reed on board with a single and an RBI. And the prospects will bring over the ninth run there on Hudson Reed's single. Stepping in, Luke Manderson. Manderson hitting in the 5 spot for the prospects. Reed at first, Martinez at second. Dent continues to work from the stretch. And a swing and a miss, cut foul into the glove of Bandal. And the count is 0-1. So Manderson just looking for a knock here with one out. CBA looking for an out. Defense ranged up, second baseman staying put. And another cut at the plate there. And Ryan Dent will work ahead here on Luke Manderson. Count is 0-2. High fly ball. Center fielder backing up. Should have a routine play there. And Martinez, they're tagging him up. A long throw in. And Martinez will get in off of second. So a very good throw from the center fielder all the way in. And Martinez gets in on the flyout. The runners at the corners. And Ty Daniels will step in. Well, the prospects on Hudson Reed's single brought over the 9th run, and now Martinez in scoring position. And a strike at the plate to count 0-1. Dent opens up there as Daniels takes a look. Hudson Reed at first, Martinez at third. And a good stop behind the dish there, and the count evens up at 1-1. And chopped foul right to Hill. Jammed in on the hands, but the prospects, they leave 2, they get 1 over. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th as ET Prospects 17U team leading this one 9-2 over CBA. You're enjoying the 2025 Perfect Game UBC. We'll be right back. And bringing you back into live action here as Scott cleans off home plate. A little housekeeping work. Coach Pano. John heads down to third. And Hilt will step in for CBA. CBA 6, 7, 8 hitters here in the bottom of the frame. Prospects leading 9-2. Vega stays on the bump. So Durant ready to go. Scott puts it in play. Bottom 4. And good pitch there on the inner third, missing. Just a little low and inside, and the count is 1-0. And a strike there. Vega makes the adjustment, runs it out, and the count goes to 1-1. 2-1 count. And pitch there, just missing. Looks like a. And the count is 3-1. Lefty-lefty matchup here. And foul tip right into the glove of Andrade. And the count goes full at 3-2. And Hilt will step back in. The 3-2 pitch. Back up the middle, and a hard hit ball there as Hilt will get on board with a single. Seven-hitter Johnson will step in. So Hilt on with a single. And Hilt did a lot of running the last time on base. Myhan holds him on over in first. And a high throw there, and Hilt comes back in. So I mentioned Vega has a pickoff. He's been effective there, working back to first on their runners. And Durant ready to go. Fastball in, the count is 1-0. And Vega lets that get away, and Johnson will get on board. And a hit by pitch. And a visit out to the mound there for Coach Martinez. Vega's done a good job so far hanging in there, and Martinez just wants to have a couple words with them. And at this level, you really need to protect what's happening. So that's going to do it for Vega, but a fine job for Durant Vega. And the prospects will have a seat. Pitching change coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back. So Zane Hukala takes over for Vega. Another lefty for the Prospects Club. Zane, right fielder, versatile player, and a good pitcher nonetheless as well, comes in to get some work. Here in the bottom of the fourth with runners at first and second and no outs for CBA. On the defensive side, Derek Martinez will take over at second base. So the 8-hitter, Vandal, will step in. And the ball just missing up. The count's 1-0. Zane checks Hilt at second. Pitch on the way. Good pitch there. Runs it in. Hukala makes the adjustment. And Zane evens things up here at a 1-1 count. Martinez ranged up. Lopez in Hilt's back pocket. Myhan ranged up as well from the first base side. Pitch on the way. Ball's cut foul. So Zane here at a 1-2 count. Works ahead on the catcher, Will Bandall. So Andrade sets up. Lopez at shortstop for the prospect, stays in tight on Hilt. Zane takes a long check, pitch on the way. Left side, left fielder backing up. And a good play there, a good grab and left. And a well-hit ball off the left side. Will have a seat. And Luke Manderson pulls it in with one out. Stepping in, Kelly. One out, Kelly hits in the 9 spot. Runners at first and second for CBA. Derek Martinez at second, shuffling around. He'll range up. And the take got him tied up. Hilt's in trouble there, and like that, a good defensive play. So the prospects, and good movement for Zane Hukala. So a little aloha action out on the hill, and Zane does his thing and ties him up. Hilt has a seat, runner gets picked. And 2 outs for the prospects. And Zane lets that go, fastball up. And the count is 1-0. So I mentioned Kelly hitting in the 9 spot with Troy Southenstein on deck. Runner at first. And Zane working over the first base side to Mahan. Decent lead off the first base side. Pitch on the way. And the ball's cut foul to the right side and out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. And a fastball out. And the count goes to 2-1. And fastball again out and missing there. The count goes to 3-1. So just a little adjustment for Hukala, and he'll get that call. And a 3-1 count here as Kelly, the 9-hitter, steps back in. Runner at first. And ball 4. So Zane lets that go, and Southenstein will step in. So Andrade out to the hill just to talk to his guys, saying, settle down, we're good. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. On the other side, Southenstein and CBA with Kelly over on the first base side. Runner at first and second. Andrade comes out quickly there. And the count is 1-0. swing and a miss at the plate as Zane pumps that one through, and the count evens up at 1-1. Coach Martinez shuffling his defense a bit. And just a subtle shift on some of his defensive players. Ball swung on right side. Right fielder backing up and pulls it in. And a good inning for the Prospects. Zane Hukala comes in. Takes care of business for the Prospects. They'll strand 2. And we'll head to the 5th. Stay with us. We'll be right back. So we'll bring you back in here. 9-2 in the top of the 5th. Ty Daniels pulling it in on a long fly out to the right side, and change on the catching side for CBA. We'll get that information for you. So on the defensive side, for Matthew Ramirez stepping in, Caden Dawkin takes over the right-hander. And Trevor Hoff behind the plate as Ramirez looks at a ball that counts 1-0. So that's a defensive shift for CBA. And is a swing and a miss there for Ramirez. And the count goes to 1-1. Another strike there. Ramirez takes a look, and Dawkin works ahead here at 1-2.
Go, Matt.
And drop 3 there. They'll clear it. And first out recorded there. So Ramirez will have a seat. Dawkin gets the first out here. And Zane Hukala, the lefty for the Prospects, taking over, started in right field. Showed some good work, good stuff out on the hill as he steps in to hit. 1 out, top of the 5th. 9-2 Prospects. And a pitch inside. So opens up with a strike on Hukala. And a ball chopped foul. Slider in. And the count is 0-2. Zane looking to get on board and get the Prospects some production here in the 5th. The 0-2 pitch. And Zane lays off. Appeal down to first base. No, he did not go. And the count is 1-2. Dawkin ready to go. A long hold here for Dawkin. Pitch on the way. And swing and a miss. So Dawkins gets the K. Zane will have a seat. And Gerant Vega, actually, Derek Martinez will step in. Martinez came in at second.
Go, D.
And Martinez, the 1-1 count, takes a cut. And the out recorded there. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth. The Prospects leading this 1-9-2. Chris Allard with the call. The 2025 Perfect Game Ultimate Baseball Championships at the Great Park here in Irvine. And we welcome you this afternoon. So we'll go to the bottom of the fifth. Zane Hukala will stay on the hill. We'll be right back. So a ball at the plate as we're here in the bottom of the fifth. And Zane comes back and a strike there at the plate. The count goes to 1-1. And good pitch outside, just missing out. And the count goes to 2-1. The batter, Jack Champion for CBA, and takes a cut, fouls it off, and the count goes to 2-2. So a 2-2 count to Champion. And a ball out for Zane, and the count goes full at 3-2. And Zane comes in, fouled straight back. And the 3-2 count will hold here. Zane comes in low, strike called at the plate. Strike three, so Champlin thought he was down to first on a walk, and a strike called at the plate. So Hukala will open up with a K and 1 out here. Lyndon Lee steps in. Lee hits in the 3 spot for CBA. And Zane and the prospects with 1 out. Left side. And Admiral Brawl dropping with a single, and a play all the way to the fence line and coming into 3 now. And like that, in with a triple. So over on the left field side, Luke Manderson went to his right and was not able to glove it. And that ball ends up deep on the left side. And Lyndon Lee ends up on third base. So in with a triple and 1 out. Batter Rocco. I'm going to just say Rocco. I don't want to butcher his last name. We'll go with that. So Rocco steps in. Runner at third. Ball's cut foul straight back. The count's 0-1. And Zane, good pitch there, and the count goes to 0-2 on Rocco, who comes in for Zudnik in the 4 spot as CBA shuffling the deck a bit on the hitting side here in the bottom of the 5th frame. High fly ball, backing up into the track and tagging up, and sac fly will get the 1 over, and CBA will bring over their 3rd run. So 2 down. Curveball in for the strike there, opening up against the batter. Andrew Giles coming in. And the count is 0-1.
He's just chatting it up.
And Giles takes a swing at the plate there. The count's 0-2 for Hukala. Lefty-lefty matchup. The 0-2 pitch. Chopper. Martinez gloves it, and that'll do it. So Martinez, the 4-3 put out. Bring up the 3rd out there, and we'll head to the 6th. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Prospects leading this one 9-2. So we're ready to go. Huff fires it down to 2nd. And Dockin will be ready to go here as we're in the top of the 6th. And the top of the order for the prospects, Justin Lopez will step in. So Lopez looking for something here for the prospects to get started in the 6th frame. So Dockin ready to deal. Lopez locked in. Ball up. The count is 1-0. And a strike low on the outer third, and the count goes to 1-1. Prospects here in the 6th, they go 1, 2, 3. My hand on deck. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball locates out, and the count goes to 2-1. 1-2, correction. And Justy lays off, not chasing out. The count evens up at 2-2. So Dockin takes Lopez to a full count. And Justy lays off high and tight there, and Dockin loses Lopez 90 feet down to first base and on board with a walk. So the leadoff hitter for the prospect gets on board, and William Myhand will step in.
Go, Will.
Lopez with good speed off of the first base side. On the move, throw down, offline. Lopez gets in. And they're going to call him out on a tag, sweep tag, I guess, as he was passing by. So it looked like Lopez was in, but one out there. So Lopez gets picked off.
Go, Will.
So Myhand steps back in with an 0-2 count. And did he go? Not at the plate, and the count is 1-2. So Will looking for something with Andrade on deck and one out here. We're in the top of the 6th. Dockin ready to go. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball in, and slider for a ball. The count goes to 2-2. And a big cut at the plate. Dockin gets that through, and Myhand will have a seat, and Andrade will come up. 2 outs, top of 6. 9-3 prospects. As Josiah will step in. Josiah, shortstop, charging in time. A good play defensively. 6-3 put out. And Troy Southenstein takes care of business there. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back. Well, bringing you back into live action here. The top of the sixth frame. Correction, the bottom of the sixth. As Zane Hukala stays on the bump for the Prospects, and they're leading this one 9-3 as Andrade sends it down to second. And Chase Hilt, first baseman for CBA, will step in. Time has expired on the game, and CBA, being the home team, gets the bottom of the inning. Prospects looking to close this one out. And a ball out. The count is 1-0. And adjustment made there. So Zane adjusts and runs it in. The count evens up at 1-1. And a ball out. The 2-1 count to Hilt as he lays off. Adjustment made for Hukala, and he'll even things up at a 2-2 count. A curve missing, the count goes full at 3-2. Martinez. Good play defensively there. So the Prospects, Derek Martinez, and a 4-3 putout for the first out. Noah Johnson, the 7-hitter for CBA, will step in. And Hukala opens up with a strike. The count is 0-1. Good movement there on the slider. And a high pop-up foul and out of play. The count goes to 0-2 on Noah Johnson. Noah, left fielder for CBA. And Zane goes up. The count misses upstairs. Ball missing there. The count is 1-2. And a 2-2 count. As Noah Johnson steps back in. High pop-up off the first base side. Moynihan going all the way and actually hit him as he's laughing like he's bodying up there, and probably just lost it along the line right on the fence. And Noah Johnson will reset and come back to a 2-2 count. Ball's popped up. Lopez calling for it. Shading there in the sun, and Lopez pulls it in. So 2 outs on the books. And Justy Lopez will handle that one for the club. 2 down. And Huff will step in. Trevor, lefty-lefty matchup with 2 down. Chopper, first base side, Moynihan. And that'll be a reach on air there on the official card as Will ran through it before he even was able to glove it. So if you're putting an official card in the books, that's definitely a reach on air. So 2 outs on the books. Time's expired, and the bottom half of the frame belongs to CBA. It's a 9-3 game, Prospects. And subbing in over on the first base side, courtesy runner. And Kelly in the 9 spot. And a fastball misses out. The count is 1-0. And a ball low, and the count is 2-0. Well, the Prospects working for their 3rd out here. And a 2-0 count to Kelly. The DH for the club hitting in the 9 spot, and a strike there. So Zane gets one back, and the count is 2-1. Right side, right fielder backing up. Good route there, pulls it in, and that'll do it. The Prospects, they take this one, 9-3 over CBA. And once again, a good matchup. But the Prospects opened up early. They got production in the early innings for their club and ended up at a 9-3 victory over CBA. A good matchup. I'd like to thank our umpires doing their thing. Scott and Keith on the infield, good combination. And the Prospects, they'll take this one here in 9-3 victory. Players shaking hands at the plate. That's really what it's all about. Sportsmanship will continue on. And you've enjoyed this afternoon matchup. Chris Schaller with the call. It's been a good one. The Prospects, they take it. 17U national team, 9-3 over CBA. Day number 2, the 2025 Ultimate Baseball Championships here at the Great Park in Irvine. Zach, thank him for all his work behind the scenes for Perfect Game, keeping things in check. Race, the director for this area. Of course, everybody that makes these games and events successful day in and day out. For now, we'll say so long from the Great Park. We'll bring you the live one tomorrow as the Prospects will continue their journey in the 2025 UBC. Have a great afternoon. Thanks for joining us.